Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to talk about water damage, or what water can do to your house, whether it's water close to your foundation, whether it's so that's the wet kind, or if it's the frozen kind, which is snow and ice on your roof, in your eaves troughs, etc. And I've learned a few things that I've applied to my own house here, and maybe you guys will gain some benefits from this video. So if you do, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll start with this. So first thing I'd like to talk about is this pretty cool product on Amazon. It's $9.09 Canadian. It's called the Orbit Sprinkler System Under Walkway Pipe Tunnel Kit. And I use this in the summertime to basically kind of dig a hole underneath a concrete slab, my front porch walkway, so that I could fix a problem, because I had a downspout that was just draining onto my walkway and creating a lot of problems. So I thought, I'm going to tunnel underneath the walkway and see what I can do. So this was the product I used for that. For the snow and ice, I used these heat tape products from Frost King. So this one is 160 foot for the back of the house, which is a long chunk of roof. And then I got two other ones. This is a 60 foot. This is 100 foot for the front of the house. And you're going to see the results of all of that. So just to kind of give you guys perspective, I live in Prince George, British Columbia. This is the kind of snow that you get. A lot of snow on the roof, a lot of snow here. And if it's not snow in the winter, you get a decent amount of rain in the summer. There are a number of rainforests around this area, cedar trees, mossy green forests and stuff like that. And you can see we do get a lot of precipitation. So I'm going to start with before pictures. And for these before pictures, I'll just go through them here. So for this one, you can kind of see here, this is before I fixed that downspout. This was, one of the winters, and it just kind of poured water here, and it would freeze, and it would create some cracking here, and then people would slip on this walkway, and I tried to put salt down, but that would damage the concrete, and you're in a world of hurt. So, it's best to get water away from your house. At all costs, get it away, as far away from your house as possible. So this is before picture. You can see in the summertime it got beat up. Otherwise, if the downspout was going here, it's right beside the house against the foundation, that created problems. So I added this black extension to at least try to get it away from the house, but it was getting beat up by the snowblower and people tripping on it and stuff like that. So my goal was to get something underneath this walkway. Let's see if we can zoom in here a bit. This is a picture of the eaves trough right above the front door. You can see quite a bit of ice damming, and it was really bad on the roof close to the skylights. There's a few skylights there, but really thick, and we got a lot of these icicles hanging down, and it was really wet and frozen on the front steps as well. You can see here the continuation, just a lot of ice damming. And of course that's going to wreck your eaves trough. It's going to make the brackets that hold it in place pop out, and your eaves trough is going to start sagging, and you're going to have a bunch of problems around that. So here's a close-up, pretty thick ice buildup. There's another good view again, and you can see it was kind of in a specific area, right? All in kind of here in this doorway section, and it created a lot of problems, especially in the back of the house as well. Okay, so we're done with those pictures. That's the before. Let's take a look at during. All right, so For the videos, I will just attach all the videos at the end of my narrative here, so I'm not going to show those right now, but I will step through the pictures. So here you can see this is me using that product that from Amazon, doing the tunneling underneath. This is all the water. That's that product. I did buy this white PVC pipe, glued it onto the end, and made sure that the pipe was long enough that I could push it under that walkway. But just a small little jet stream over a period of time eventually will poke through even all that gravel. This is me kind of using the shovel and using that water jet tunneler. A bit more, and I think that's all of the during pictures. Let's take a look at after. And again, I'll put all the videos out showing everything, but let's take a look at the pictures for now so I can talk through them. So this was the product that I bought, and this is sort of the pattern that you're supposed to do. And you do this zigzagging up and down your roof, and then you hang part of the cable in the eaves trough suspended so it melts in there, so there's a place for the water to go. So this is me doing it before the snow. You can see on the back of the house. The other pictures were on the front, but now this is the back. And I did most of the back here. So that's before. You can see a lot of water was spilling over here, and the brackets had popped out from previous winters, but I did do some repairs, added this heat tape, and we'll see what happens here. This is like one of the first snowfalls. You can see the heat tape just starting to melt. Another picture there. That was a light snow. This is a heavier snow on a different day. You can see that heat tape doing its job, and you can see there's not any icing up happening in the eaves trough because it's happily melting. And by the way, this area, this door jamb, used to get a lot of weight pushing down on it and causing it to be hard to open the door. But so far this winter, because of the heat tape, it's alleviated a lot of that, and it's easier to open the door. So more of that heat tape doing its job. And here's a picture of the front. This one's not such a great picture. Here's one that's better. You can see those two skylights. I think this might have been the first snow after me installing it on the front. You can see I started here. I didn't do it on the roof here. I just did it in the eaves trough along like that. That was the sort of shorter run, and the longer run comes up from a plug here and does all the zigzagging to try to make all the snow under the skylights more or less melt. So seems to be doing a pretty decent job in this picture anyway. And again, more of this. And I guess I could zoom out a bit. No, I guess that was the normal size. So you can see it's, even in heavy snow, it really seems to be doing a good job maintaining that no ice damming happening at all. It's fantastic. Totally took care of the problem. And this is not ice, it's just the snow just curling over and melting into the eaves trough. And you can see my front porch not icing up at all. This is just snow that's fallen here, but it has not iced up, which is really good. You can see another day, how it's doing. And those are all the after pictures. Okay guys, so just wanted to show sort of the difference between the before and the after, how important it is to get water away from your house before it does damage. I will show some video clips showing that heat tape and showing as well that downspout, and hope you guys learned something from this video. And
Alright, we're using this adapter we got from Amazon with this long PVC pipe so that I can push it under this length and hoping to poke through here so that our downspout can go into a nice downspout drain hose and not do this business here over the, or someone could trip on this. Go underneath, tuck it away. Hopefully we'll see water soon coming from here. Slowly, this is loosening it. I'm using the shovel and just prying out these rocks, and it's pushing its way through quite nicely. All right, everybody, so we have our drainage, downspout drainage set up, which has allowed a hole for the water to get out through this wall, all done manually with that, this, and just a drill bit, hammer drill. It took a while. This was the hardest part of the job. How did I fish through this brand new downspout through there? Well, you see that rope over there? I bought that from the dollar store, and I duct taped it to this, which is what I used, these attachments from Amazon. I'll put the link in the video. And then I bought the white PVC pipe and glued the ends on, and I just duct taped the rope around the pipe there and fished this through. This is what I used to initially blast the hole, fish this through, and that rope was duct taped to it, and that's how the rope got through. And once the rope was through, I hooked one end of the rope up to this new downspout pipe, duct taped it, and pulled that end of the rope, which then pulled this whole pipe through there. And now we're good. Now all I have to do is hook up this new downspout pipe up to here, do some backfill of all the old gravel, as much as I can in there. Maybe I'll spray some foam or something to help stabilize it. But I'll show you guys the hole so you can see just how good of a job that Amazon attachment with the water did. I mean, it did the brunt of this work, and I mean, this is not so much dirt as it is all gravel under there, and it really did a great job blasting through. Of course, I used a shovel to help shovel bits of it, but the water kind of helped pushed it, and that white pipe, I kind of pushed it through, and it helped level out the gravel, and then I could shovel it and the water did the rest. So that's it for today, guys. All right, everybody, so finally finished the underground drainage system. So you probably saw in the other videos I had an old pipe just running here along the ground, and people are tripping over it in the winter time. Of course, it's covered in many feet of snow, and it just gets dinged by the snow blower, and it's just a disaster. So use that jet system. Use other videos or before this one. All I had to do is backfill this gravel back into there on both sides, and you'll see here, just pick this up from Home Depot, put in a few screws, and it's holding good. And of course I put it right down to the soil, and it's all packed in there nicely, so really there's not going to be any movement here, not lots of tug other than just the water, but it's good to go. And over here we backfilled, and here we have this concrete wall. I think I showed this. We've got this is where the water drains from. It goes underneath, gravity gets this water flowing out. It's kind of a double purpose here, because all this here, I mean, the water goes quite a distance. I saw it go maybe out to here just because of the slope, and because of all these trees here, this area doesn't get much water. So gets the water off the roof, and it also starting to water this section. I'll put some more seed down here, but there was no grass here before. This was all dirt, so that's already starting to grow better. So this whole system, I'll link everything in the video below, cost me about $70 Canadian. I think it was about $10 to get the nozzle with the garden hose attachment on the other end. I got a section of PVC pipe, glued those two pieces on each end. And then beyond that, I just worked this whole system and hooked it up, and I'm good to go. So you can do this. This took me, you know, kind of a weekend project, something like that. Probably would have cost me, I'm gonna guess, $300 to $500 to hire someone to do all that work. So, I mean, if you want to spend that money, you can, but it actually wasn't too hard to do. Learn something in the process. I know that the job was done well, good quality, because it's my home, so I put the quality that I wanted to see in there. And yeah, so water drainage is a very important thing for your home. One of the most important things that you can do to protect your foundation. When we first moved here, just to point this out, all of this section was flooded with water and iced up, and that created some water issues here. You know, you can see some of these cracks here because water went underneath and washed some of this out and created making this slope, stuff like that. So got to get that water away. Water has to be able to shed. So that's it for today. All right, we've got a heavy rain here, and I want to check to see how that downspout is handling. So I'm gonna pop this bad boy open because it's coming down pretty hard. So here we have this all buried, going underground over here. And there we have it. Yeah? Not bad. And it's sloped here, so it's going to water all this grass. This is good. All right, so we got the Frost King heat cable thing here, zigzagging. Just want to show the roof before and after, because when the snow falls, I'll make another video showing this. Let's go look and see how this is plugged in. And of course we've got a GFCI plug there. There's clips up there before it goes over the ledge, and it zigzags about 4 or 5 tiles shingles up. We're going to take a look in the backyard to see how the Frost King heat tape is working. As you can see, it's plugged in up there, and it seems to be doing a decent job. I mean, if you look at the eavestrough, you know, it's keeping it open. These channels, keeping that snow melted nicely, all the way down to the eavestrough, and down it goes. So really impressed again. This always used to ice up, and this would create a lot of pressure on the door, making it hard to open this door in the winter. Not this year. So a lot of really good things with this Frost King heat tape, and just showing you kind of how well it works in really deep snow. And if you want to know how deep this is, let's put my hand here. It's pretty deep snow. All right, so just to talk about de-icing your roof, you can see this part of my roof here has no protection, no Snow King ice cable, but over here, let's take a look up here. So you can see we got a 60-footer here. It's hanging by clips in there, runs there, goes up the loop, up there, so you got a little bit of melt up in that little valley just for that height. And then my zigzag pattern here, it's working perfectly. You know, going a little bit closer to the skylight there so I don't get ice damming there. Doing a great job in draining down the eavestrough. And I'll
I'll show some pictures of what this looked like here basically every winter until I installed this. It would basically pop the eaves trough out of the brackets and kind of wreck things there, and even had a little bit of leakage there with the ice building up by the skylights, actually both of those, but I anticipate not this year. So here we are with that Frost King heat tape. Fantastic job. You can see other roofs I have really aggressive pitches. All that snow is still there, right? You're going to get that ice damming, which I always got every year, but now my eaves trough's nice and clear. Even up there, I did a little bit up there. Only went this far. You can see over here where I don't have any heat tape. But this was the core area where I had a lot of problems. So this used to drip. You see a lot of ice buildup over here. That's just kitty litter, sort of some sand there, but no icing, which is really good. And also this downspout, I have another video where I showed me tunneling underneath here, and this used to ice up with water coming from here. This is all clear from that icing now, which is fantastic. All right, so we've got a snowfall warning, 10 centimeters of snow. I've already shoveled this once, but the purpose of this video is to show these Frost King units and how they keep the ice damming from happening. So you can see right here, the gutter's wide open right where it starts, and over there, you know, that's where you're going to get your ice damming. But this section usually isn't a problem. That's why I did this over here. But take a good look. It's holding its own. I mean, this is some seriously deep snow. And always, every winter had a problem here with icing, but and like little icicles, long ones hanging down. But it's holding its own. There's a skylight up there. There's a skylight further up there, and it's really doing a great job melting that snow and letting all this water drain down the drain pipe. So just showing you guys this Frost King. You can see how much snow there is there, but it is holding its own. Really impressed with this product, and I think you would be too. Just take a look at the front steps there. There's usually a sheet of ice here, but it's just snow perfect. Great job, Frost King.